What's up, QT fam? What up? What up? What's up? What up? What up? What's up? We are live. Welcome back to another Queens Takeover Podcast, your favorite Tuesday guilty pleasure. Welcome, peeps. Welcome, Mr. Queens. It is accident. Y'all did not just see that accident. My bad. We're your hosts, Nikki Johnson, Sarah Pleasant, and Nicole Clark, and we want to welcome you back to the Queens Takeover Podcast. We have comments already coming in. Hold up. What's up? Hello. Hey.
Hey.
And hey.
Hey, brother.
And hey.
Hey, James.
And we enjoyed you so much. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Hey, big sissy. No, you didn't see that. You're not supposed to acknowledge that, William. I can't stand you right now. Why are you like this? But we want to welcome you guys back. Ladies, let's go ahead and get this. Okay, messages on my thing. Let's go ahead and get this show started. We're going to start with you, Miss Nicole Clark. How are you doing today? Did you have a struggle bus of the week? Tell the people about it.
You know what? This has been a good week. I really had a struggle bus.
Okay.
I was patient with a little 10-month-old, but that's about it. It's just y'all know how I am about the look. He in the window between 6 months and a year and a half.
Oh gosh, that's when you make a man a single father. We know.
I had a good week. I was sharing with Sierra. I went to church and got blessed. The Lord was all in my business, but I needed it. I need that confirmation. I've had a good week. I can't even complain. My dad has been in great health. My grandma's been in great health. To God be the glory. But I had a good week. I had a struggle bus. No, but it's been pretty good. I've been on tape.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
We will.
Self. Congratulations, move.
Are you asking me? I'm sorry, I was working behind the scenes over here. Yeah, so listen, it's real life going on behind me. It's real life because I am unpacking. I moved. Won't he do it? Yes, I have finally moved. Y'all have been hearing me talk about that for forever. But I want to thank all of you who have been praying so very much because, yes, needed them. So forgive the real life going on back here, but it's what it is. I mean, y'all know everything else about me, so you might as well know Nikki's unpacking. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. So let's see. If I had a struggle moment of the week, I will be honest with you. I need to quit complaining. Hey, big brother. My big brother says shalom. Driving. We know you're driving. So listen, no more comment. Love you. Love you, love you, love you. So y'all know, like when you want something to go down a certain way or you waiting on something to happen, it don't go that way. But what we do, we complain about it. Yeah, my mouth was on complain so hard this week. And it was one of those, it wasn't even the Holy Spirit talking to me. It was one of those, Nikki, shut up. Stop complaining. It's okay if it don't go this way and that way, and it went that way, and something broke, and this didn't happen. Like, leave it alone. It's life. Maybe it's supposed to go down the way that it did. So quit complaining about it. So that was my struggle this week. Is not freaking complaining. So Jesus, like
my grandma's over here.
Grateful for I'm complaining about, huh?
I got an amen corner. My grandma's over here saying,
Amen, Miss Clark. Exactly. I need to quit complaining. So I need to stop that. I've been really, really working on that this week. But that would be the only thing, that and making myself go lay down, because I am trying to hurry and get unpacked. The chaos, it ain't working for my nerves. So I've been trying to make myself go lay down and get some rest. But that would have been my struggle for this week. So I have been working on that. What about you, C? How was your week, and have you struggled with anything this week? And QT fam, down in the chat what y'all been struggling with this week. Go ahead.
This past week, time management. I got too many things to do, and I'm tired. Like, I'm really tired, man. I don't know how to say it.
Child.
So it's just like juggling time and like I really am seeing that I have to cut a lot of stuff off. Like I have to like stop doing certain things. Stop like I have to make my time work for me. So juggling that and trying to figure out what's the best thing to cut off and how to manage my time wisely. Um, yeah, that's my struggle. Still my struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Working through it.
What you gonna do to work through it?
Prioritize what I need to do, and some jobs I'm gonna have to not do. Some places I can't go to because I don't have time. I just don't.
Mm-hmm.
I have to recover. Like I realize now that rest is so important. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so important. More is more important than I thought. I guess being in college, you go to college and you fight through not sleeping because you just gotta get it done, study, study, study. But you
Right.
realize in the real world, like you gotta sleep or you ain't able to function. Now, I had my first like I was so tired I couldn't remember what I was talking about.
Ah,
I
yeah.
was like, what was I saying again? Okay, and I walked around, I was like, what am I supposed to get? I did it like 3 or 4 times in one day. I was like, oh, see, you should go like
Mm-hmm.
sleep. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
finding yeah time management and organizing my life. Yeah.
Okay, so here's why I'm not gonna judge you. Remember how I just told you that I've been trying to like get this whole apartment unpacked and like today. Uh girl, sleep. Ask me to count up how many hours I've slept in the last week. And I was delirious the other day. So I'm gonna make y'all laugh. I don't know. So I almost cried the other night, right? It was probably like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still up trying to unpack. And you just ever been so deliriously tired? You know in your mind what you're trying to do, but it's like your body is not cooperating. I kept going around in the same circle. And y'all know I'm in this wheelchair, so like I'm doing wheelies in the kitchen, trying to figure out what was I going to go do again? What was I going to go do again? And I kept forgetting. I was going to cry. I said, go to bed, Nikki. It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
Go
You're
good.
crying. Go to sleep.
Go
It was
good.
crazy. It was crazy. The same thing in my hand. I was trying to go put up state in my hand while I'm doing wheelies. It's ridiculous. Struggling with foolish behavior this week. I've had very short tolerance for foolish behavior. All right. So in other words, somebody been getting on your good nerves. That's what you're saying. How you dealing with it? How are you dealing with that struggle? Okay, boo things. We've talked about our struggles for the week. Go ahead, Nicole.
Before we go to our topics, I just want to shout out. I was in at work. I work at a fresh market, and we had some fans. I didn't even know these people, and they was like, "Aren't you that lady off of Queens Takeover Podcast?" And I was like, yeah." So they enjoyed. They wanted to let us know that they enjoy our show. They don't come on and comment yet, but she said she will come. And I ran into a couple people this week. One of them was my friend named Robert. And then Robert, if you're watching, hey boo, he let us know that we were doing a great job with our show. So I just wanted to shout them out.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Hey, boos. Hello,
Hi.
QT fam that we've never met before, but thank y'all for watching and supporting.
Love y'all.
All right, Nicole, out there being recognized out in them streets. What?
Okay.
You know me,
What?
what? You know,
What?
you know me. I ain't from around here.
Okay, we don't need you not to greet the people like that.
Okay.
What? I ain't from around here. We don't need you not to do like that, Nicole. All right, Boozer, y'all ready to get these topics rolling?
Woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo,
Thank you for representing us out there in them streets, Coley Cole. But we're gonna need you to smile to them people. Don't do that.
woo. She gave us a
I mean,
party like that. They said,
All
please take that
righty. So
podcast.
y'all saw the
You heard what I said?
what?
oh my
I said
mama
after
said, go ahead.
I said after they said the Queen podcast, your Queen when they said the podcast, you probably smiled and gave them the big pearly whites. They was like, that's her. Yeah, that's her. Did they recognize she was?
Oh, yeah. When they say Facebook, I'm like, I'm working.
Hey, mommy. I ain't talked to my mama in over a week. Hey, mama. Your baby been busy. Hey, mommy, and hello, Tiffany. Welcome, welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
cousin.
Alrighty, y'all. So our first topic. So if y'all saw the title was if your husband told you what he needed from you, what he needed more of from you, would you comply or get attitude? So this came because I saw this TikTok video, and this woman asked her husband, she was like, baby, what is it right now that you need from me? When he got over his little shock, he actually answered the question, and he told her more love and affection, and she wanted him to explain, and he explained what he meant by wanting more love, what he meant by wanting more affection. And I immediately thought about us in the show. If you were with the man that you asked, baby, what is it that you need more of from me, and he told you more love and more affection, or I need more sex, or I need you to cook more, I want you to lose weight, whatever it was, would you get an attitude or would you comply? And let me tell you why I ask about the attitude. It's because when he gave her the love and the affection, she didn't get attitude, but she was like, well, can you explain more? And I feel like a lot of us will be like, what you mean? You need more affection. Don't I do this for you? Don't I do that for you every time you ask me to? And you asked him, what does he need from you? And he just told you. And then you get an attitude. Pretty much if you ask him again, he probably won't tell you no more because he don't want to deal with your attitude. So being real, truthful, and honest, I want y'all to answer us down in the chat as well. Man, this is how you can answer the question. Have you felt safe enough and secure enough to tell your wife or your lady what you need more of from her? So y'all answer it that way. And ladies, you answer it this way. Would you comply or would you get an attitude? See, let's start with you.
Beginning of our marriage, I got an attitude. 8 years, I think I've more been of trying to understand the reason why and then comply. Receipts matter. I'm sorry.
This chick say receipt lives matter.
Matter because you know you can perfect example. I need more affection. Okay, wait. What do you mean? It's not a good attitude. Like, what do you mean? What type of affection? I give you this. Is not enough. No, I meant like this. Oh, yeah, I don't do that. So take responsibility for what you don't do too. Because it makes the marriage more enjoyable too, because you kind of figure out like how you're evolving. It's not always going to be the same. And that's one thing that was hard for me in the beginning. I thought everything was going to stay the same. And it's not. You're going to evolve as people and you're going to change. Life's going to change. Family dynamics going to change. Friendships going to change. And so, but yeah, beginning I did get attitude. Now it's more of a, okay, help me understand what you really mean. And then I'll comply. But I have to understand. I won't comply if I don't understand.
So see, okay, I gotta ask you. What is like one of the times you got the biggest, stankiest attitude when he told you something? And how long did you hold on to it?
We're gonna come in the comments. Sorry, you come in the comments. We're gonna come in the comments. Sorry, don't let me look.
He ain't talked about it yet. Go ahead.
I think one of them is like 6 months. Like no lie.
Ooh, okay.
6 months. I was anytime he would bring it up, I would give him attitude, or if I'm like, well, I'm doing this. This is not it. So then I noticed that he would just shut down, and I didn't like that. I didn't want him to become a shell of a man. I wanted him to be expressive. Look. So I had to sit back and like, Sierra, you got to be silent a little bit, not be so aggressive, and just hear him out and understand what he really needs, and talk to him more. And Will wasn't a guy to give his emotions, like just say it,
Yeah.
And so that made it really hard because he's trying to tell me, but then I'm like, ah! And then let me go back into my shell, and I'm like, no, don't go back into your shell. And so
come out of your shell, baby.
Yeah. And so I had to learn how to be compassionate and quiet and really listen to what he's saying. And then I asked him, is this what you mean when I'm actually in the process of trying to do it? Or comply to what he's asking and asks, is this what you? Yes. Oh, am I really listening to this? Am I really, So yeah, my big thing I think he wanted me to do after the 5 years was just listen to him. Like, hear what I'm saying. Like, don't just judge what I'm saying or prejudge what I'm saying, but listen to what I'm saying. Because it's coming from a place where I technically really don't know, because I never really had to express my emotions. So now it's a whole other level of him trying to learn how to express his emotions, plus me trying to interpret what he really means. So it's a big dynamic. It's still a process now, because now we have a different lifestyle. So it's different. It's still a challenge. But yeah.
That was one of the things I liked about in the video. I don't know if y'all had a chance to watch it, ladies, when I sent it to you, but I like when he said more love and affection. She didn't just go in. She was like, well, explain. And then he said something and she kind of like wanted him to elaborate some more. And I don't know if you caught how he looked like, you really want me to keep going? Like, he was real tippy-toeish with it before he really got into it. So yeah, that video, it did something for me. It really did. Let me hit the comments real quick then. Cole, we coming to you. It's all you. You want to hit that one, see?
There should be tact in your answers, man. Are you talking about when the men respond?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I can hear somebody be like, well, first of all, you can't cook. We gonna put you ain't been doing the such and such right in the sex. And
Right.
Thank you for putting that out there. You want to hit this one, Nicole?
He said, use compassion.
As a husband of almost 14 years, I've asked Latasha for what I needed. The thing is, what I wanted from her were the simple things. I have not asked her anything that wore an attitude, because I brought my best and needed reciprocated. Okay, I brought my best. Come on now. I feel a song. I feel a quartet song coming up in my spirit on that one.
Come
when
on,
you
Jay.
give your very best. Anyway, tell y'all I'm running off a little sleep. When y'all want to hit this roof?
It's a hell. How long have they been married? Because they should be one long before pillow talk.
Facts, but I think this is more like when couples been together for a while, they're kind of coming back together and asking, because she said right now, what is it that you need from me right now? So I think that's more or less doing a good check-in.
Also, like when you're
go ahead.
I feel like I've listened to people who have been married for 25 years, 35 years plus, and you get stuck in a rut of being who you are in that relationship, but you don't realize, because you're being who you're being, you don't realize that the other person needs something different or desires something different from you, and it's hurting your relationship, and you get so stuck in a rut that check-in is like, hey, are we good? Are we grooving together? Are we dwelling together? And I think that has to continuously happen because you're still evolving.
Exactly. And because even your life situations could change. Like, let's say I was married now, and this was me and my husband moving into our first home. That would be a good time to find out from him and him from me, what is it that you need from me right now? Like, this is a new chapter. So I can't do the same things I was doing the last 5 years. We're in a whole new chapter. So your needs may have changed. But here's where I think a lot of the problem come in. I'm telling you my needs are changing. You act like, now you straight the way I've been doing it. So then somebody else come along wanting to do that need that I've been wanting. You understand what I'm saying? So, and even if it has nothing to do with anybody else, we start going our separate ways because you're not listening. You're not, I don't want to say meeting my need, because that's a God thing. However, there are certain things that we got to do for each other because we're married together. We're not doing them. So we're going separate ways. Go ahead.
I was trying to figure out a different word to say meeting my needs. It's more of appreciating who you are or who you're becoming. When you appreciate the other spouse, you take in consideration of what they need and not just blow it off. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
because yes, God provides all things. Oh, here you go.
Hold on, let's answer that in a minute. Let's answer that in a minute. We gotta let Nicole go first. Right, we're gonna come right back to that one. Go ahead, Nicole.
So I know everybody think I'm come with the rah-rah attitude.
I mean, what you gonna say? You waiting? The people are waiting.
But my thing would be the delivery. It's how you deliver the information to me. Like if you just nitpicking little craziness, then I'd be like, boy, go sit down. But if you like, I really like, okay, so in a relationship, they say, Nicole, I need you to be more vulnerable. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm giving you my all, but I would comply because if I truly love you, I'm not gonna want you to leave. It's gonna be a task, but he has to have patience. He has to have patience for the change.
She say it's gonna be a task, but I'm gonna need your patience. Task,
but you gotta be patient. You can't just like immediately want me to say, "Oh, we walk down the beach, hold my hand." Dude, we don't do that. Like we'll go somewhere. I hold your hand. Give me a minute. I got you.
Okay, Nicole. If he says to you, baby, I want you to be more vulnerable, and you say, how? Well, baby, can we start holding hands when we walk down the beach? How long do you think it would take you from that moment that he tells you that before you actually start doing it?
I'm going to be funny. I'm going to say, how many times we going to the beach?
Wow.
No.
Wow. Okay. Nicole said, how many times this month we got to do it? Oh, okay.
Can we practice? I'll ask them, can we practice? Can we practice when we go out to eat? Can we? It's all about, can we practice? That's why I say you gotta be patient. Let's practice this thing. I mean, it ain't gonna be overnight. I'm being honest.
I like the practice.
You gotta work with me.
Yeah, I like the fact that you're gonna walk around the house holding hands to practice, though.
Yeah. Well, let's practice going to the grocery store. Let's that I don't tense up. You know what I'm saying? Coach me, don't tense up. I got you. Trust me, I got you. Like somebody that I ain't used to it. I'm just saying, I just ain't used to it.
Yeah.
Because see, this is what I noticed. A lot of guys, some guys, well, the ones I've dated, they allow me to be in my comfort zone. So when they try to get me out my comfort zone, it's too late. You when you came in this, you knew I was. So you gotta be patient for me to change. You have to be patient. I'm gonna be patient with you. I'm saying, okay. I'm just being honest.
We know you being honest. That's what we love about it.
It's the delivery, how you come with it. But you also have to be patient. Hey, Miss Elaine, you have to be patient with me because change doesn't come overnight.
Well, I tell you what, I like the honesty. James. I like the honesty.
That's all we ask for. That's honesty. That's all we ask for. And she gives it every time.
I mean, this thing. I mean, I don't like kissing, so I mean, I just got we gotta practice it though. We gotta work through some things.
Hold up, pause, freeze. Well, wait a minute. Bring it back. Oh, you don't like, bring that all the way back. You don't like to kiss, bro?
Yeah, not to get me on here to be like, this girl is crazy.
No. You just said it. No, ma'am. No.
This is what I'm saying, because like even growing up, I used to say I will never kiss. Like, when you ever get married, say you may kiss your bride. Yeah, do y'all not know? As a 40+ something year old lady, I'm still gonna be like, everybody turn your heads. That was a joke between me and my granddaddy. I said, Grandpa, when I get ready to kiss my husband, I can't kiss him in front of you. He said, why not? I said, because my granddaddy, I'm supposed to do that. So God is working on me.
That's my granddad. You're supposed to do that.
Oh, child, no, but yeah, I'll do it, but I don't like to kiss nobody. But my granny. But I'm so picky with the children. I won't even let the children eat off my spoon. So I know I ain't been kiss no man like that. No. But God's working on me because I want to be married.
Your husband gonna have so much love and patience for you. Yeah. We got a question from the audience we have to answer, ladies. Okay. William says, why do we always want them to elaborate so much? I'm not gonna start first. Who want to take it first?
I'm gonna let y'all do it because I live with this man. Amen.
Okay.
I want you to elaborate because I still got that tomboyish part in me. So I need you to be patient and explain to me what you want or what you need. Because if you allow me to be in my comfort zone, I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna do me. I mean, as far as I'm gonna give you as much you allow me to give you. Because that's the thing. I've always said I need one of the characteristics of a man that I date. He has to challenge me. If he does not challenge me, I am not interested.
She ain't lying. She's not lying. You don't challenge her, you are a bore.
A bore.
You are a whole bore. Well, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest. I'm a Drew Hill. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. I don't want to be second guessing. I don't want to have to try to figure it out, and you don't want me to, because if I take it the way I receive it, sometimes coming out, especially if it's not delivered, in a gentle way, you may not mean how I take it. So let's talk about it. But also, I think we like for y'all to elaborate, because we ain't mind
Just to
readers
communicate.
either. And we're not mind readers either. And if I say, baby, what is it that you need more of from me right now? Love. Love could mean anything. And I'm gonna give it to you how I feel you want it. And the whole time you like, that ain't what I'm talking about. So let's talk about, what is it that you need? Break it down. Give me 3 examples. You know what I mean? Now, we also like to use words. For every, I forgot what the stat is, but for every so many hundred words, I think men use just a couple. So in comparison to women, but I know it's a vulnerable state to have to put you in to ask you these questions, because it requires you to tap into your feelings, tap into your emotions. What if I tell and she get to tripping? But for that moment in these type of conversations, we just need y'all to elaborate. Just break it down. Now, hold on. Let me say this. If in your elaboration it backfires and we start tripping on you, I understand if you don't want to talk about it no more, because we tripping. Because sometimes we can get the trip, and then we'll keep it 100. You say something, we like, what you mean? I don't do this enough. Why you ain't tell your last girl? Yeah, we get to acting like that. Now, your husband said this, and then see, I want you to answer. He said, but vice versa, when a man says we good, y'all still got to elaborate. Yeah, but we good sometimes. We good. I don't want to
I
talk
don't want
about
to
it.
talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
You know what I mean? That
I'm
we
cool.
good. It could also be very dismissive.
Very
Instead of Sierra, you know what? Everything is all good. That's one way. But if I say see, we good, that could mean a whole bunch of
hold on,
different
different
things.
situation. Exactly.
All right, you answer the question now. See, why do you want elaboration?
To have a better understanding, because I don't want, and especially, and I can talk from his perspective, when you have not had to express yourself and explain the thoughts in your brain to anyone, and I'm the
Mm,
first one to hear it, I need to really understand, where is this coming from? Is this coming from
hmm.
a hurt? Is this coming from a pain? Is this coming from something that I did? Is this an
Yeah.
insecurity? Perfect example. William expressed to me about, he has never, I'm going to say this, I hope he don't get mad, but he has never really expressed to me how hurtful it was. He had a brother that was born before him, and his brother passed away due to a hit and run. And so then he was born a couple of years later, and he was not supposed to happen. Mama tied, tubes were tied. He was not, he was a miracle baby, basically. And so when he came into the world, he discovered that he did have a brother, but the brother, of course, had passed. And so
Yeah.
I didn't realize how, and I don't think he realized
What that
how
did to
that has affected him throughout his
hmm.
entire existence until
Yeah.
recently. So if we're not
Mm,
having in-depth conversations, or having to elaborate on what we're really feeling, why we feel a certain way, why we choose a certain position in the family, or why we choose how to treat our friendships, or why
hmm.
we try to escape, and you just rediscover these things about yourself, you do need to elaborate, so therefore you
Yeah.
can understand why you feel the way you feel, and you can work from there and work to be a better person overall.
Hmm.
We all do rediscover things about ourselves as we get older, but in that rediscovery, you have to find a new language. You have to find a way to better express yourself, so that you're not hurting or harming anyone by what you just discovered about yourself. So
Yeah.
it's just layers to it. So for me, that's why you need to elaborate, because you just never know. I want to make sure I'm hearing you right and not. I mean, when you told me, I was just like, whoa, I didn't realize it affected you that much. But now I see why you do the things you do. Now I see why your friendships are the way they are, and it just cleared the picture for me for a lot of things.
I remember that being brought up when y'all came to my house that day when we were talking about it. I would have never thought that either, because it was someone that he didn't meet.
Right.
But that's still, that would be probably the same thing as if you had met the sibling and then passed away.
Right.
And you know what? When you were talking about William, it made me think about this. When we're asking somebody to be vulnerable, when we're talking about elaboration, we're asking somebody to be vulnerable. Sometimes we're asking men that were never taught how to communicate,
right,
or were always told, shut up, don't be no punk. You know, men don't do this, little boys don't do so and so. When they become men, we just automatically expect them to blossom and open up to their wives and tell us everything. But we have to be willing to be a soft and a safe place for them to land in that vulnerability. Let's be honest, in the beginning of a relationship, we're gonna fail. Like you said, it took you 6 months to get past you when he was trying to tell you something. So we're gonna fail, but when we realize that we failed, we didn't get it right. Ladies, apologize. Be queen enough to say, you know what? I got a real stank attitude. When you told me that, I wasn't ready to grow. It hurt my feelings. It made me feel like I wasn't good enough, whatever it is, and grow from that. And men, I would say be the same way to your wife. And if it's a moment you can express, can you express that? Right now, I don't know how to express. Right. I don't know the words. So can I get back with you on it? Because the silent treatment and the dismissal vocabulary, like we good, we straight, I don't want to talk about that right now, that's real dismissive. And that could be such a feeling of rejection. And when we begin to start feeling like we're not enough, we're not good enough, maybe I'm not being a good enough woman, maybe I'm not so and so and such and such. So I would say, just in that communication, that we provide the safe space for them to land. And men willing to be honest and open about your feelings. When you tell us what you need from us, I think we'll be more amped to give it. But ladies, if we fail, apologize and get it right. Queens, y'all got anything to say before we hit the comments? Okay, so Big Brother said Sarah and Abraham moment. So if the Bible said they become one, we become one, our hearts, which is the minds, we live and we feel each other. My daughter of Sarah, my wife, wife, will have her king, her covering. Men are built for marriage. So stroke his ego, treat him as a king, priest, and prophet of his home. And queens, you'll know without saying one word, learn each other's love language, point blank and simple. I love that, brother. It's not as simple for everybody, but I absolutely love that. I want my man to talk to me, though. Talk to me. I don't care. Talk to you. Got to wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning because you finally ready to open up. Wake me up. I will wipe the crust out my eyes. Talk to me. Somebody want to hit this one?
But you have to want to be challenged, meaning it takes work to build marriage. Comfort zones are the first things to leave in a growing marriage. Come on, James.
Yes. And brother, you be safe while you driving. I love that you dropping comments though, but please be safe. You know I love you. Okay, I think we went through all of the comments. If I forgot one, y'all forgive me because there's a lot of them up here. I think we hit them. All right, Nicole, did you have anything before we move on to the next one?
Yep, I'm good over here.
Okay, so Nicole wants to talk about being a picky dater. Or do you have picky dating habits or standards, Nicole? Talk to us about that.
Well, I was watching Pastor Keon, what's Keon? The one that married Shawnee O'Neal. Hey,
yes.
Right.
Hey, Ray.
And she was just saying, like, I don't know if y'all seen that little clip, but she was saying on their podcast where she has a girlfriend that says he has to have straight teeth, free teeth. He can't be hairy. He can't. She said she's a picky dater. Well, Shawnee made a point. When you say you're a picky dater or a picky person or have picky preference, is it that you really don't know what you want? Is it your standards? You know, are you willing to compromise some of these things? Because like he was saying, Pastor Keon was saying, well, shave. I mean, if he hairy, shave him. Take him with you to the spa. Get a wax. Do that can be fixed. Or is it that you just don't know what you want? You don't really know who you are in dating. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. I thought it was very interesting because it made me question myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like some of the things that was on my list are standards, but then a lot of them are I nitpick a lot of stuff, and then some of them were in some areas I really as an older woman I really don't know how I would. I don't want to say handle, but I have never been in that predicament, so I really don't know how I would handle certain situations.
I want to ask everybody this question. Okay, this is for everybody. If you, at the age of whatever age, I'm not going to throw age at there. If you say that you don't want to date anyone with children because you don't want kids, does that make you picky, or is that just one of your dating standards? Y'all answer that question down in the chat too. What about you, C? And then Nicole, you answer it.
I think when it comes to bringing children in the world, that is a standard that you have to decide if you want to or not. If it's a no, then you can't date people who want kids. It's just not going to work out.
So it's not being picky to you. It's standard.
It's not being picky to me because that's a big exception. Like that's like no happening. But say perfect example. I want him to have a fade, but he has dreads. Is that really important?
Right. So to you, that's more picky than having a standard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. The aesthetics is not always as important as the character of the person, the morals of the person, the standards of the person, what they stand for, how they make you feel too. Do they make you feel protected? Do they make you feel safe? Some of the things she was listing off, those are just picky, I think. The things she was listing off in the video. And she was making a point like, you're missing out on great men because of these picky standards. Or when it comes to finances, that's a whole other conversation. Because women want to be kept. Well, that's a conversation we might have today too. But, you know, can you help build? Can you help? He's going to be your, does he, I don't know. It's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself. What are you willing, like, one of mine was, I didn't want a man who smoked cigarettes or smoked because I kissed a man who smoked and it was disgusting. And I was like, I could never date a guy who just smokes all day and just cheats. It just didn't work for me. So that was a standard for me where I was like, I don't want to be repelled by this man. Like I don't want to, I don't want
to be disgusted.
I don't want to make him feel bad. So it's not being picky. That's standard.
Nicole, so here's a question for you off of what C said. C brought up the outer appearance. So I'm going to ask you this way, because for some people, the stuff that Sierra named is not as important. How they look is very important. And for them, it's a standard. It's not being picky. So for you, name one of the things that you said on your list that you said is probably picky. Name at least one of them. We ain't gonna talk about you. We ain't gonna talk about you. We ain't gonna talk about you.
So I don't want. You know the conversation me and you and Sierra had off camera.
William said, "Say it."
No.
The people are waiting.
That a lot of people tell me I'm being picky, but okay, so intimacy, I'll just make it clean that way.
We know, yeah.
That's a big thing for me. So I mean, my friend says
something to say about this. I have something to say about this. I have something to say about this. I have something to say.
I got you. Let me at least tell the people what you're saying in a gentle way. It has something to do with endowment. It has something to do with endowment.
Right. So Nikki says, teach him. I can't teach what we don't have and it's not in him. So I can't, no. Like, my friends say I'm being picky because he's a good dude. I just can't date him.
Oh, William, you need him to rock the boat. That's pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much it. So here our conversation. I felt that was picky because there's not much else that's wrong with old boy when she talk about him. It's that. So I was like, that could be taught. She's like, but I don't want to marry that. I don't want to marry that, and it's not. But that could be taught.
Nicole is not a cheater, and I would cheat, and ain't no need for me to stand up there and take a vow, and I know I'm gonna break it.
I cannot. We got one comment to hit C, and I want you to make your comment because I know you about to buzz. This is what James said. Hold on, James, because I see. You want to hit that one, C?
My wife has a saying which is don't ask for something you're willing to be. Far as children, it's not picky, it's being responsible enough to recognize if you're a parent material or not. Right.
So to answer that question, I feel like that's why I said anytime I go into a new just to know anybody, I have to put it out there. Because I've dated people with children. If you have children, I'll date you. You gotta be a good parent, though. I don't do the deadbeat. You gotta be a good parent. But my thing is, I put it out there because if you want more children, I'm not her. And there's no need for you to waste a day. It ain't a need for you to waste 12 hours because I'm not gonna change my mind. That's my standard. I don't want a man that want more children because I'm not. I check out. So, but yeah, you see what I'm saying? On my list went from I list some stuff, and then I was like, okay, that's my standard. Y'all might say I'm picky, but I'm serious. And then there's another area. I mean, there might have been different areas where I'm like, okay, well, if you got put in that position, Nicole, what would you really do? Like, how would you handle it? And I'm like, I don't know. So yeah.
Sierra.
Mm-hmm. So on one hand, you don't like the kids hold hands, but then you have this standard. I'm so confused.
When it come to that, right? When it come to that,
I'm conflicted. But you want him to teach you how to do, enjoy, but then you gotta make sure he. So I'm really confused on the imbalance of things.
It's a world over here, honey, in this mind frame, honey. I don't know if you.
She says a lot going on up in here.
Lots of stuff can't be for the air. We'll have
I'm off of it. I'm done. No PDA.
We'll have our girl talk when I come to Texas because a lot of stuff ain't for the air.
Amen.
It ain't for the people.
Amen.
So, listen, here's one. Your hubby says, I know I was picky because of my insecurities, hurt them before I thought they would hurt me. That could be a really good reason why some people have all of these standards, picky standards, whatever they are.
Well, me and you gonna sit there and have a conversation.
Get ready.
That part. Listen, if y'all have not done so, please like, share, and post this on your page. Please post this on your page so other people can join in the conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, because one of my girlfriends, she used to say that. She said, Nicole, your guard is up it's so thick that when they do get down a couple of layers, you'll try to do something to sabotage that relationship or sabotage for him.
I believe I said the same thing. I believe I've said that for 2 years now.
You have. Yeah,
but I'm just saying. But yeah, I'm learning how to stop preparing myself for the hurt and embrace whatever happens.
Bada bing, bada boom. That part.
Yeah, but
a
lot of
that
things
part.
Like that intimacy thing is Real over here.
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yes,
QT fam, y'all are lighting up the comments. Thank you. We got one more before we go to the next subject. Somebody want to hit this one?
Being cautious and being picky are not the same. Caution means not trending upon dangerous territory. Picky is being unfairly critical. Let me repeat, don't ask for anything you are not willing to be. Yes, Mr. James.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, quick side note, I'm gonna share this with y'all. Right. He may end up watching. So this particular person, that's been wanting to get with me, right? The motives are a bit questionable. So I asked the question. I said, "You want children? How many children do you want?" He was like, "However many God bless me with." How many kids do you want? He was like, "However many God bless me with." Answer the question. 2 or 3, I said, "Well, let me let you know, tubes are tied. Can't have any children. So you may not want to waste your time with me because my tubes are tied." And he immediately took that as, "You're trying to push me away." I said, "That's a grown woman having a grown conversation with a grown man. I'm about to be 47 in a couple of months. I don't want any more children. Mine are grown. I've raised mine. I'm ready to travel. You want 2 or 3. Now, sure, I can get the tubes untied, but do I want more children? So why would I not tell you that? Now, to me, that's misleading and that's irresponsible. It's for some, depending on what I'm trying to get, it's entrapment. If you talk about kids, and I know my tubes are tied and I don't want any, why would I not tell you what my desires are? Because you need to date according to that, right? I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe that just makes sense to me, but
it's like when you give them the chance, and this is the thing that confuses me. When you tell them that, and then they hear you, it's like in the back of their mind, I almost think they could convince you to do the opposite. And it's like, no, I told you up front what my desires were, and I'm not going to do that. And that's what I don't want to do. And so if after 6 months you bring it up again, when I was dating, you had 3 strikes. If you brought it up, whatever it was I said I wasn't going to do, that meant that you were trying to change my mind. So that means we need to stop talking because it's not going to happen.
Yeah. In this dating, let me tell you, I've had
James.
And they say, let me be your baby daddy. First of all, that's a turn off.
You about to be single, bro.
That's a straight turn off because I'm not dating for a baby father. I'm dating for a husband, sweetheart. So we already on the wrong tracks.
But
2, dude, do you want to be sick? Like, do you want this kid? Because I'm telling you, I'm gonna check out. They think, oh, you just being funny. No, I'm being
No, she's not. No, she's not.
Serious as a heart attack. Don't play with me.
Look, like
I'm about to be a single parent.
Matter of fact, a couple months ago, we're on a date. Dude,
William, go stand in the corner. Just go stand in the corner. 5 minutes. You're in timeout. You talking about just one more.
Like,
that's what.
Dude, like I had to tell him, like, not trying to put you in my personal business, dude, but I don't know kids. I asked for a 90-day supply of birth control. Dude, I'm not playing. Like, do you need to write my insurance? They'll tell you that girl don't
just my supply.
Like, and that gets on because they really feel like if I be with her, she would change. You could be the best daddy that is walking this earth. Nigga, I'm sorry. Dude, I don't want no baby.
Like, she just got a wholesale supply of birth control.
It irks my nerves that dudes feel like they can change that. And I'm like, dude, that's on the same level of you gotta love God. You can't want no children.
Love God, and I don't want no babies.
Yeah, that's the top. It ain't no top 1, 2. They on the same level.
I can't. I can't, Nicole.
I'm gonna write a song. You know, Erica Campbell came out. You don't love God. I love God. What's wrong with you? I don't want no children. You want some children? What's wrong with you? Like we there with that.
Ooh, I'm gonna drop my coffee. She come back. You want some children? What's wrong with you? I can't.
Me and my aunt had this commercial break. We just had this discussion. We just had that discussion. Me and my auntie just had that discussion. And she was like, "Oh, you know, I can't wait for you to have some children. It must be next lifetime because it won't be this." Listen, it was an actress. She had 50, she like 57, 55, 57. Someone, she just had a baby. Like, lady, you crazy. I can't.
You want some children? What's wrong with you?
My cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt.
Speaking of children, we're gonna go to the next topic. Speaking of children, Nicole for the love this one. There was a mother in Louisiana. Week before this past week, no, so it was last week this happened, I think. Anyway, the last couple of weeks this happened. I can't even think right now, Nicole. I can't with you. She took her baby to daycare, her 18-month-old baby to daycare. This was the baby's third day. She got a phone call at about 11:15 a.m. to come to the daycare that something had happened to her baby. She gets there, and y'all, I wish I could show y'all the video. That baby looked like it was mauled by some type of animal. That baby got scratch marks, and they ain't talking about like little ones. We're talking about like that baby was out in the street thugging it with somebody fighting. The baby has about 7 bite marks down one arm, more down the other part, all down its body, scratches everywhere. I sent y'all a video. Scratches everywhere, and even bite marks through the child's pants, which means somebody had a nice little on that child. She goes to the emergency room with the baby only to find out that happened at 8 something that morning, but they didn't call her until 11:15, 11:18, something like that. And the daycare provider stated that a 1-year-old child, supposedly a boy, but a 1-year-old child did that to her 18-month-old baby. Now, y'all have seen the videos, ladies, I believe. That child looked like that child was out in the street fighting with some thugs. And I don't know a 1-year-old that got that many teeth in his mouth to leave them type of bite marks. But there are so many questions, and of course there's this investigation going on about it. There's so many questions and investigation that's going on about it. I personally don't think it was that 1-year-old. I just don't. If it was, that is a thug, gangstered out 1-year-old child. But we're gonna leave the children who did it to the side for a second. As a daycare provider, I've owned my own daycare. I've taught preschool. I am a still licensed child care provider. What am I doing that a child can? And these, y'all, the depths of the scratches, it was the depths of them. They're not even skin superficial. They were deep. What am I doing that I don't hear it? I don't hear the child screaming. I don't hear the scuffling going on. And with the amount of barks and the amount of bites and the amount of marks on this child, where was I that I didn't know any of this happened? And what you're supposed to do when something like that happens is you contact both parents immediately. There's an incident report that you felt. There's so many protocols that we have to follow as child care providers. To not contact the parent after that until hours later. And I'm sorry, y'all, a 1-year-old, I just never seen that many teeth in a 1-year-old's mouth to make that many indentions. But if the scratches didn't make the 18-year-old cry, the bite should have. But where was I? Where was I as a child care provider? So ladies, what are your thoughts after you watched the video, you saw the baby? Like, what were your thoughts?
Was this a gang initiation or something with the tallest? Like, what in the? I couldn't have been the parent. I couldn't. I'm telling you, I would have shook the shingles off that house or that building. I would have went foolish. Yeah, because I know it had to be more than one daycare worker in there. Nobody.
It was two. It was two, at least two.
Oh, first of all, I'm actually running the cameras because
right.
I'm not even looking at I'm looking at my child. But I'm not even mad at. I mean, I'm mad at the 1-year-old, but I'm beyond ticked off at these adults because there's no way in the world you're gonna sit here and tell me that you was watching these children,
right?
And these two got into a scuffle like this, and because it was some furniture moving somewhere for that baby to be scratched and bit up like that. Yeah. And then when I seen the parents, I would ask them, "What are you raising? What's the man that tamed the lions and tigers and
he got bears?
Yeah, him. Is your child with them? Because I need to know. Like, girl,
it's really bad.
Look at the poor baby. My heart broke for real. On a serious note, but there was no way that you would not. The cops would have been called because I would jump on the workers. Because there's no.
Honestly,
I'm sorry.
I don't think no 1-year-old did that type of damage.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Y'all can put it on the 1-year-old, but my thing is, I will be ticked off because I'll be like, "Where were y'all at? What was y'all doing? You can't tell me you was in the classroom with them and you seen this taking place, or are you scared of the 1-year-old? This 1-year-old better look like
is it Chucky?
Were you sitting there watching? Yeah,
I would have. All the anger that I had for that 1-year-old. Those two workers would have called it. They would have caught this hand.
I don't think that 1-year-old did that. I watched children so many years. Let me tell y'all what 1-year-olds do when you make them mad. They hit you with their toy. They pop you with a bottle. They might come up and hit you or scratch you, but just the 7, let's take away every scratch because that baby was, y'all, we're not talking about little bitty. We're talking about scratches all over and bites everywhere. There were 7 just on one arm. So that to me was not a 1-year-old, unless every 1-year-old with a whole bunch of teeth in their mouths all at one point just said, "Everybody go."
Right. I would have been like, "What a teenager at that." Where your child at?
Look at them adults. Look at the adults.
Look at the adults.
And if these were children, if this was done by a child, were you watching? Were you watching them and letting them fight?
Was there a camera?
Because you know you can't hit. I know you can't hit the 1-year-old, but hey, I would look at my child. I would jump.
Did the 4-year-old get in there in the room?
Did a what?
Did a 4-year-old get in the room? Like,
I wouldn't care if a 7-year-old get in there.
Like, to leave that type of bruising and like scratches, you gotta have nails and you gotta have good old teeth.
You gotta have good teeth.
They just
like
I got 10 months old here. He ain't got no teeth.
That's what I'm saying.
How old is the baby?
The baby 10 months and he ain't got no teeth. So just imagine in 2 more months, you got a full mouth of teeth. Honey, me and God gotta have. See, that's why I want no children.
Once again,
as a minister of 25 years, I guess I'm supposed to say I will pray, but I dare not disrespect you. Oh, Lord, my eyes. If it were my child, daycare would cease to exist. Everybody in area. It would be some furniture moving. It would have been.
Man, Jay said it's about to be some furniture moving for real. Yo, my brother said we're seeing demonic spirits, drug use, etc. The heart of man will wax cold. Baby,
on steroids.
Baby, Y'all, I've never seen no 1-year-old that can fight like that and do that type of damage. I've never seen it in all my. Ask my brother how many years I've dealt with children. In all my years, have I never seen a 1-year-old. We're not talking 2 and 3. We're talking a 1-year-old do the type of damage that was done to that child. It was damage. It was damage. And if y'all think I'm playing, message me and I will send you the video. Message me and I'll send it to you. That baby was scarred up.
I had a nephew when he was 1 year old. Now he ain't scratchy, but he would headbutt you. But I let him catch that good old flow one day.
I can't. I can't. I cannot.
Get that good old. This little tip though. He's going through the phase where he throw tantrums and he rock himself back. Okay, keep on it. You gonna rock on the floor.
Here's why she says she don't want no kids.
Once again.
That age right there. Now y'all see that age right there is deadly because they can do that. Supposedly a 1-year-old did that. And yeah, see why I'm walking away at 10. Hey, I'm good.
That's why she walking away till 1.5 years. Sierra. Go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead.
You say what?
I said I'll catch a charge between 6 months and a year and a half. That, yeah.
Sierra, when you saw the baby, what were your thoughts if that was your child?
Lucky you look. And I'm calling the police on site while I'm there. Like, police, come here now because something's about to go down. Like, no question. Like, all the Jesus would have to be like, Sierra, don't do nothing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like, what? No, I would call the police while I was there. And someone would have been arrested. Most definitely. I wouldn't have left there till my child to the hospital. And I would have had the police follow me to the hospital and get the report.
You know what?
I would call child care licensing immediately. I'd have called child care licensing.
What would be intriguing is the phone call. What did you tell the parent to get them? What did you say? There was a little incident at the daycare. You need to come.
Pretty much.
A little incident.
Pretty much. Because she said the mama said when she gets there after she got the call, the first thing she sees is her baby face, and she said it looked like the baby was mauled by a cat. So she's screaming and she crying like, well, what happened? They rushed, the owner and the daughter rushed to the emergency room with her. When the nurse said what happened and asked what time, the mom said 11:15, and the girl that worked there was like, no, that was before. That was like at 8 something. I got a phone call hours later. The butt whooping going from bad to worse. I'm trying not to cuss, but it just went from bad to worse.
Yeah.
So my baby been sitting up here with these open, probably hurting wounds from this whoever them bit my baby with their nasty mouth and their nasty spit during years of. I'm a hush. I'm feeling that thing in my spirit again. My back is sweating. Hold on real quick, baby. Hold on real quick. CNN and Fox News would not believe the damage I single-handedly did to the people in the facilities. As a result, I'm mauling a dose. James, and all I'm gonna do is come visit and bring you some on your books, because I can't even fault you for it. Go ahead, Nicole.
Me and James on the same thing. Because I'm gonna ask him why you ain't got no scars. Why? Because apparently you ain't trying to break this up. You should have some battle scars that you tried to break something up. So you just sat back and watched my child get tossed around like a rat.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. You better been better been in the EMS one to get seen too.
You know what some of the people are saying though, and we know it's all alleged, but what some of the people are saying is that the cover up is you put it on one of them babies. That's the cover up. And I'm gonna leave it right there. Allegedly. Supposedly, allegedly.
Right.
We don't know. Allegedly. I'm gonna say that's okay. We covered. Anyway, ladies, y'all got anything else on this before we move on? Because James has said it all. We calling all the news crew because it's about to go down at the daycare.
Everybody.
As we say in Sippy, I would tear some hind parts to pieces. And that's the kind of way of saying it. That part right there. That is the kind way. All right. Sierra wants to know, men, what is the cost of convincing a woman? What y'all? It's the move though. Wait a minute. Okay, can y'all still see me? Can y'all still see me?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
Yep.
cannot see me. Okay, all right.
It's choppy, but we can see you.
Sarah wants to know: is it choppy? What about now?
It's good now.
Is it still choppy?
No.
It's good. Y'all can see me. Okay. C wants to know, men, what is the cost of convincing a woman to be with you, marry you? Like, little don't cost a thing. Talk to us about it, Sierra.
So there was this reel on Instagram, and the lady was, I want to say, Muslim, and she was explaining how she has taught her boys to not accept or date a girl who is looking for to be catered to, and she basically wanted to explain how the dynamics of the relationship would be completely different than it should be, because the young men or the men are catering to please this woman to ensure that she will be with him. And she said, Muslim, that Allah, that's not how it should be. It should kind of be the opposite, where woman caters to her husband and the husband provides for the home, right? And so part of me agreed with what she said about the young men and how young men are taught to, especially in two different worlds, men are taught to wine, dine, make you feel special to get your attention, right? But
Okay.
it comes to a certain extent where he's doing it all the time to make sure he has acceptance from you. And she was like, I don't want my sons to have a wife like that, because the dynamics in their relationship, when they actually decide to get married, is going to be out of order, meaning she's going to be running everything. And he's just going to be like, whatever you want to do, baby, whatever you want to do, honey. And so she explained that. And I understood what she meant, but society teaches us that men are supposed to cater to us and try to please us to convince us to be with him, either boyfriend, girlfriend, or married. So I want to know from the men, also women too, is like, how much convincing do you think you need to do to point where it's unhealthy, or actions or behaviors that can be convincing just to get someone to love you? Is it overrated? Because your insecurities, and that's where I want to go next, is that some men are feeding off their insecurities. So they do everything they can to make sure someone loves them. And it's not the healthiest thing for a relationship.
So, see, I saw that a little bit differently,
Mhm.
because whatever happened to the way men used to court?
Right.
Because back in the day, men would do things to show you, what type of husband he would be. It
Mm-hmm.
was also going to prove to the fathers his ability to take care of these daughters that they
Mm-hmm.
wanted. And so they did things like woo you. They came to your home and picked you up and took you out and brought you flowers. And they did the things that you like because they were trying to court you, right?
Court you. Right.
So now when it becomes unhealthy is when you're trying to buy me. You're trying to do everything that I want. You're trying to
What it
buy
is.
me.
Mm-hmm.
That to me would be like the unhealthy extreme of it. But whatever happened to the days when men courted you and it was okay to be courted? I don't mean get you a gold digger, and I don't mean get with somebody that's just gonna try to buy your love. But whatever happened to some Nita said yes. Whatever happened to some good old fashioned courting? Like, I want you to come to my house and pick me up and take me on a date, open up the doors and bring me flowers because I love flowers. Bring me my favorite whatever, take me out, because you're trying to convince me, or show me, I should say, the type of man that you're going to be. So I don't really mind that. I don't want you trying to buy me though, because let me tell you what happens with that. It either becomes what you just said, where you're going to spend the whole rest of your life doing whatever I want, but you're not really giving me what I want, or you're gonna do it, your representative gonna do it for a little bit and it's gonna stop.
It's gonna
When you
stop.
get me, it's gonna stop. So yeah, but whatever happened to the real healthy courtship and courting a woman and showing her the type of man you are so she can make her decision based on what you're showing her?
And I think the flashiness of social media and young men nowadays, they see that they have to buy the girl the big flowers, the Bentley, you know what I mean? And so I think that's what
A
she
bag
meant.
and some
And
hair
a
and
bag
all
with some hair. Yeah, I think that's what she meant. The extreme. I understand the courting. Courting is the liking, getting to know, getting to admire one another. You know, it's a give and take. But I think that's what she's saying. And for impressionable young men who are really like, I want a woman bad. You gotta tell them, hey. One thing to appreciate her and show her that you like her, but don't
yeah,
go overboard. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so maybe that's what she meant. I was hoping that's what she meant, but I understand. I agree with everything you said. Yeah. What about courting? I'm like,
It
just
could.
nothing at
You're right
all. Like,
though.
yeah.
You're
But a
right
lot
though.
of
See,
I
you're
think a
right
lot
though.
of
See, when it comes to the type of men they are in here,
Right.
before they do that, if it's unhealthy, if
Right.
the insecurity is there, you definitely want to deal with that in them, because they'll be out there trying to buy anybody who give them a nice smile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want you to be my woman. Go ahead, Cole.
but I think a lot of it too with this generation, it comes with expectations. So I'm saying, like if I buy you something, or if I oh, prime example, the young guy, I don't know if y'all seen it on TikTok. He was asking, and is he wrong for expecting sex because he flew the young lady out to there or whatever? But she's like, we talked. Just because I didn't say that you wanted me to come visit you because I can't, and you pay. I explained my financial situation. You paid for the ticket to come for me to come out here because you really wanted me to come visit you. And I think in this generation now, it's the expectation goes out the door. It's like,
Out the
if I
door.
buy you, then you owe me something. Versus if I buy you some flowers, I can we get a conversation? If I pop up at your job and say, hey, let's go out to lunch. I was just thinking about you. It should come with expectation. Nowadays, everything is I expect this out of it's not just because anymore. It's always
Right.
is a reason behind it. Like,
Mhm.
I want you to come to my house and chill. Well, then if I just expect to come to your house and watch a movie, you cook me dinner, we just have a good time, play cards, whatever. You shouldn't expect me to spend the night. The same
Facts.
way you pick me up, you should take me back home.
Right.
And see, like stuff like that. Like even in my generation growing up, I guess it might have been because I hung around a lot of guys, because that could have been the issue. I didn't want a yes man. Like, and honestly, I dated a yes man, and when I say I was completely turned off, I was completely turned off. Now, did I put him to the side? No, but because I knew he was a yes man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll be like,
It was
and it was,
turned out, but
and
I utilized it.
yeah, but the thing was like, he was an older guy. He was older than me. And like we'll be walking, he'd be like, oh, your shoe's untied. Let me tie your shoe. I never had nobody say, oh, you shoe, and I used to be like, I tie my own shoe. But then he'll tie my shoe. And I was like, oh, you a yes. Like I used to say, I didn't want it yet. Crazy lane. I didn't want a yes boy. Cause you know what I'm saying? That it comes back to the challenge. Like, you gotta intrigue me some kind of way. If I say I like flowers and you always buying me flowers, and then I'm
Right.
like, why are you buying these flowers? Well, you said you like flowers. Yeah, but okay. And then it was like everything that I say that I like, you do. I don't want a do boy. I want I want it to be genuine. I want you to say, hey, I was thinking about you.
Exactly.
I would you, or I sent you some flowers, or thinking about you. I can't. I want to wash your car, something like that. It started getting unhealthy to me is when everything that I say I like, you was doing. I mean
because you
everything.
because you felt like it was not genuine when he did it.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was just because I said I liked it. So everything that I said I like, you do
It's like
everything, and then the stuff that I say I did not like, I felt like it took away from your personality. You know what I'm saying? I felt
right.
like you was all consumed with me. I consumed with
Right.
you too, not just with me.
Right.
That's the thing. Don't. If we're gonna be in a relationship, it has to be a us thing. It can't be just me. Because once you make it just about me, and that's why I say if you allow me to get in my comfort zone and it's just about me and nobody else, why would I look at you? You made it about me in the beginning. Continue to make it about me. I shouldn't have. Right.
Right.
So now that's what I say. I love a man that challenged me, because he doesn't make it about me. It's like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I need. Either you're gonna, the same way I'm demanding about what I want and what I need him to be just demanding that. If he said, Nicole, I need a woman that's gonna be vulnerable, that'll hold my hand, that like public affection. Tell me that. It goes back to, why do we need to elaborate? I need you to tell me that, because if not, if you just make it about me, I like sneakers, and you going broke, your lights getting turned off, and you out here trying to spend $500 for a pair of sneakers because I like it. Yeah, we got a problem. So, but now
I'm gonna wear them shoes and you're gonna be in the dark.
Because you made it about me. I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'll give you $250 on your $500 light bill. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna be like, thank you for the shoes, and hey, mama said, what up? And I'm going about my business.
Let's see somebody's comments. Nicole said, because I'm gonna wear these shoes, but you're gonna be in the dark. Nita said, no disrespect and send it. But this generation, I feel, don't really understand what the actual meaning is. They're talking about courting. I'll be out there trying to buy. She's text typing, so it kind of messed up. Somebody want to hit this one from James?
But see a couple of things to consider. When men are transparent and gentlemen, like that woman has been presented everything needed to make a proper decision. Another downside these young men have is trying to get sex on the first date, which is in turn has the man bringing expensive gifts to the door to get what they want. Exactly.
That is.
That's true. What she's trying. I think that's what she's trying to prevent. The lady was trying to prevent her boys from thinking that you're going to get something because you're giving her all these extravagant gifts. And I could be digging into it more because she was a different faith than I am. But I do understand when you're talking to young men, they do need to understand that you do things from a place of like and wanting to get to know and appreciation, but not to gain her likeness to you. If you have to feel like you have to work that hard, she don't like you, bro. Go to the next one.
That part. Yeah, that part. I think a lot of young men want to impress. You want to impress the young lady that you like, especially if you're trying to show yourself to be better than the other guys. Even animals do that, the male gonna always try to outdo the other males before the female animals. But also some men teach their sons, and I don't mean in a bad way, but they teach them how to impress a young lady that you like. You iron your clothes, you stay clean cut, teach them how to shave, you show them how to be presentable, how to be nice, how to be polite. So that I totally agree with and love. It is when you're trying to be impressive and it's not who you are. You're just trying to be impressive. So you got the other part of, as Nicole was saying, the generation that will social media buy you. I'm gonna buy the big thing so it can go on whatever. Like I never forget, and I don't dog him for this. He got the money to do it, but that time Offset had bought Cardi B this very expensive gift for Christmas. And then it gave her a big old satchel of money. I love that he did that. I just don't understand why I had to know about it. I mean, it wasn't that I had to know, but it was everywhere. If you're going to do something like that, the world don't need to know. However, if that was his way of expressing love, Nikki, shut up. But it is just this being about being impressive versus trying to impress me, if that makes any sense. We got one more comment to hit. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. We got two more. I'm sorry. I truly admire women that don't lower their standards just to say they're in a relationship. Oh, I felt that in my shanana. Through all nationalities, men being back home, even going to the grocery store, men don't even hold the door open no more. And I honestly have a problem with that. Am I wrong? Ladies, is she wrong with feeling like
it's because there's no true men teaching these young men how to be men and gentlemen. And so nor are they having to seek it because social media tells them that they don't have to be gentlemen. They can be a jerk and still get the woman. They can do whatever they want to do. They'll still get the woman. So the society and our culture has really changed in the sense of the character that these men have. And then also the women are more, as we talked about on our other podcasts, are more masculine, which means they don't require them to be a man, if you will, if you want to use that terminology. But that's the world we live in right now. And to find that balance back, women need to teach women how to be women, and men need to teach men how to be men.
And we're gonna keep it 100. We got women that'll be like, I don't need you holding no door open for me.
And that's on
I can
period.
hold my own door. I make
And
my
that's on
own
period.
money. So okay, I won't. Guess what? I won't hold your door. And for the next woman, he may not hold the door. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I
we
used to
can't
be
And
be
like that.
just on them for not being gentlemen when we don't let them be gentlemen.
Yeah,
because
I
we
used to
try
be
to be masculine.
like this one guy that I date. Well, attempted to date, and it was so crazy because he was older than me. Like when I say older, like older than me. Like I remember he invited me to his house, and I went to his house, and this jerk gonna sit. Like it was nighttime, and I called him on the phone. Now he lived in an apartment complex I've never been to. He don't care if I had been to it. I called him, and I was like, "Hey, I'm outside." He was like, "Okay, come on, come to the door." I got this pulled off. He called me. He was like, "Hey, where you at?" I was like, "I left." Cause, dude, if you can't come to the car and walk me in your house, I
After I
don't need
just
to be
drove to your house,
right. I don't need to
you're
be
like,
here.
I need you to meet me at the door at least, bro.
You
You
know
could have
what?
came to my car. No, you come to my car. Cause
This
one,
is
you know,
shit.
I am a single female. Out.
One.
It's late. It's late at night, y'all. Have you? So you should have came and open my car door and walk me in your apartment. Don't tell me to. Well, come in.
Nita said yes on that drive off. Do y'all know? I know a dude. If you roll up to his house and blow for his daughter, she ain't coming out that door. Because if you can't come and knock on the door and come and get you outside blowing, but that's what we are right now, though. People will pull up and blow or call you and say, I'm here, or text you, I'm here, or the word here. You can't come to the door. You can't even come to the door. Yeah, I'd have left too. I'd have left too. Yeah, that's that bull snap right there. That's that snap. But they're impressing for the wrong reasons. They're getting notches under their belt instead of trying to build something healthy. Nita says, my apologies to say it this way, but women these days are so submissive and not thinking of their self or their children, thinking about the men. She ain't lying though, because some of us, we go hard for dudes and leave out. That's another episode. That's another
That's a
episode.
whole other episode. That's
That's
a
another
whole other
episode.
episode.
My God, that's another
But
episode.
I'm telling you, these older gentlemen, they about to be just as worse as the new
They
generation.
are, and they
Yeah,
are,
where did you come from?
and they are. Because you know why? It is sad to say, but they see that they don't have to do that much because the young men don't got to do that much now.
Or the
And we're
women
supposed
don't
to,
require them to do anything.
I was just going to say that we
exactly.
don't
No,
require.
we require it.
And you know what? If we
I
require
was
it, if we require it,
We
we get
doing too
labeled.
much.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if we don't require it, we get labeled.
Right.
So I just say, going back to your picky dating standard question topic that we talked about a little earlier. Know what you want, know who you are, and know what you want in your future. That is
Period.
going to help you pick who you need to be with, because being fine and being sex and having a bunch of money, that might not get you to where you're trying to go in your future. Just know who you are, and be okay with who you are. And if you need to change, you know you need to change, but be who you are. Because listen, I told y'all last week, these dating streets is raggedy. They raggedy as heck. And I meant that. We got time for one more topic, ladies, because I got to get back to unpacking. It's a lot going on in my life behind me. I need to get back to unpacking. So we do have time for one more topic, ladies. I'm gonna let y'all choose. We either have soul care or we have Breonna O'Connor. Which one would y'all like to do? And we can leave the other one for next week.
I'll let Nicole pick.
Why you always hollering at me?
I know it
Let's do the coach, and we're gonna start with the soul care next week. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. So there is a coach by the name of Breonna O'Connor, who was coaching, and I'm gonna say this name right, Palus, however you pronounce it. She was too fly to be a coach. Even though she had an 18-4 record in winning, she was fired from coaching because basically she dressed too freaking fly for the people. And she got fired. And she's a black woman. And y'all, her dress was impeccable. She heeled it down all the time. Her
Yes.
outfits were snatched, but she wasn't dressed, I guess, in no sweats and no tennis. So people was in their feelings by her shape and her style, and she was fired. Ladies, Nicole, you brought this subject to us. Let's start with you. What are your thoughts on Coach O'Connor?
First of all, I'm with you. That girl was fly. I even went back and YouTube some of her coach, her games, just to see
To the
what
nine. He was decked to
like.
the nine.
Like, was you? I don't even care if you provocative. I mean, if you was provocative, talk to her, tell her, hey.
But she wasn't even provocative.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But if my coach, I'm with her. My coaching ability spoke for itself. Let's go back to what the record was before and what it is while I'm here. And then the person higher, their record is nowhere near my record. I've changed, I got mad the respect from the girls, because them little girls, them young ladies were sad to see her go. I mean, she represented to the utmost.
Yes, she did.
Like, I want to go down there and protest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look with that lady, who was the coach that just won? Dawn. Her. She even said
she used to play on the WNBA.
Yeah, because she's changing her style. She's not just coming, I don't want to say tomboyish, but masculine. She wearing, now she's putting on her heels and her nice clothes. And you see, one thing I do love about this, you see these African American women united around her. And they're changing the way, you don't see them in the sweatsuits no more, even though it's, the team sweatsuits. Yeah. They're just dressing just fly as she did. Yeah. Just to help her. But I see another college or school will pick her up. And I still think, like, she's like, I'm not changing who I am for y'all. And then if you gonna fire me, do your job. Do what you gotta do. So
Look at Lisa Leslie and Serena Williams. Well, Lisa Leslie started playing in the WNBA, and I don't mean no disrespect to the Queens, but they all, let's just say, they're all dressed in basketball attire. Lisa Leslie, when she went out there on that court, Lisa Leslie had on her heels as tall as she was. She was dressed fly. She had on her makeup. Look at Serena. Serena got talked about a lot for how she dressed, but look at how she's shaped. But she got out there in some fly tennis wear, and she changed the game too. Like, you got these beautiful black women that have shapely bodies that are out there. They are dressing down to the nine, and they are breaking the status quo. And you got a problem with it because they are not giving you what you want them to give. They're not giving you what's always been given. You can't handle a little bit of diversity and a little bit of change. So they got to be an issue or a problem. Dominique Dawson, when she was doing gymnastics back in the 90s, remember how shapely she was and black, so she was flat-footed. They would take off points for her body, take off points for her routines because of her body, because she was not like some of her competitors. Flojo. Yes, that was my girl.
Because of her, you mad at me because of my nails?
Because of her nails.
I'm like, why do you have to criticize or critique African American woman? Because what's the young girl that just,
it's all the women that's breaking records. That's what it is.
Yeah, the young girl that ran track that got caught smoking.
Oh yes, her.
Yes.
She was like, okay, I went, I'm clean now. Now the problem is her hair. They don't like that she changed her color of her hair all the time.
It's always something. Bruh, it's gonna always be something. It's gonna be something.
I'm like, bro, it's weak. She can take it on, put it off. Like, come on, like. But the crazy thing is, looking at that article, I thought about how sometimes it just be the little things. Like, even if you don't sing the national anthem right, they want to, like, if you want to make it soulful, it's a problem.
Because it's us.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like everything is an issue when it comes to not just a woman, but African American, period. Like, and I'm gonna say it, and Lord forgive me, but when is it that we're gonna be able to keep our own stuff and make it just us? Because did you see and this getting off subject, but did you see the sororities and fraternities? Now they got like these Caucasian people out here saying they're AKAs, and you're not. I just feel like and I could be wrong. I haven't seen anybody speak out and say, this is our culture. Fight for our culture. But one thing LeBron James he did come out and speak about this culture and said, we as a community need to stand behind what's right. And what's right is this: she should have never got fired because of the way she dressed.
She should not have. And because it had nothing to do with her ability, her skills. She didn't break no rules. It was just you found something to get her fired because she was excellent. And anytime we are excellent at what we do, there's always an issue. Ladies, what are your last thoughts and your personal affirmations for the week?
But this is my last thought. It's like she was wrongfully fired, but I wish her the best. My prayers is that she goes over and beyond this little school that she's at. That's my last thought. So
I pray she get a job as a what them people do on the ESPN, but she get a good high paying job for her to come up with her own show.
Yeah.
What are your personal affirmations for the week, Holy Cole?
Mine is I am God's child. He looks out for his daughter. You hear me? Like, through everything that I have been through in the past 4 years, God has not forgot about his child.
Amen.
He spoke a word sent from this anointed Bishop Tim Newton. I'm gonna give him a big shout out. Sent the word, and it summed up that word in an hour. Summed up my whole life in 4 years. Like I mean, it did its thing, and it's keeping me going. So my affirmation is I am God's child. He has not forgot about me.
I love it.
I love the podcast today. It was lit. A lot of good topics today. I'm so happy that Nikki's in her new apartment.
Want to do it.
And happy Ash Wednesday. Nope, that's tomorrow.
This is Ash, isn't it?
This is Ash, right?
Wait,
Mardi Gras. Y'all get it. Enjoy. Don't shoot ties, but enjoy. That my affirmation for today is I am not what society tells me. I am who God calls me to be. And that just in a nutshell. Society.
I am not what society tells me.
But I am who God calls me. And I'm having to tell myself that a lot, walking into new territory and developing new skills, because my whole life I was told that I didn't fit the look, the shape, the size. I was too loud, all those things. And so now I see why God has contoured me this way, because I have more to do. I just have to shape it and mold it the way he wants it to be shaped and molded, not out of my own insecurities or ambitions. So yeah, that's my affirmation for today.
That was deep. Y'all coming with them deep ones. Ooh.
Can I say,
QT Fam, what are your affirmations for this week? Put them down in the chat. Go ahead, Nicole.
I admire how you and William, I don't know who came up with y'all Valentine's Day date, but honey, when I say I was watching. I was like, oh, that is so sweet. I just want to give you Phil, I love you. I'm seeing that video with somebody say, you see what happened? I don't know.
And then he gonna tell you, but you don't want to do this stuff in public.
Hey, we can do all but the kissing part. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. That just turns in my head. Like, oh my God, that was.
It was beautiful.
Thank you,
For the people that don't know, can you tell us real quick what y'all did for V-Day? It was beautiful.
So William had planned a painting in the picnic and painting in Houston for our anniversary, and it didn't happen for some misscheduling issues, and so he asked to reschedule it for Valentine's Day, and so it was the scenery of Houston in a park, and we were able to paint it together and sit on the floor and have all of the ambiance, and of course you bring your own music, you can bring your drink, you can bring your food if you wanted to, and have a whole full out dramatic picnic outside. Um, to give you a little backstory, a little side note, I have been asking for a simple picnic for the past 5 years.
And
he showed up, didn't he?
5-year manifestation.
So it's so simple. I was just like, she's like, no, this is not yours. This was yours. I turned around, was like, she was like, yeah, he upgraded everything. I was like, oh, okay. So I was so appreciative that he actually heard me and heard my heart, and went way beyond what I asked for. So I really love and appreciate him for that. And then after that, I took him to Kiss Houston and had dinner with him, and it was fancy, of course, and all stuff with that. So we took pictures.
We don't need to know the part.
Lord Jesus.
Wow,
Okay,
listen, happy Valentine's Day to you and your man. She said, I miss San Antonio. I miss you too, Nita. Y'all are so real, meeting the women of tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We love you, and thank y'all for commenting tonight. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us. Your girlfriend get off and go pack. Let me do mine real quick. My personal, first of all, my final thoughts of the show was amazing. Nicole, I laughed so hard earlier. My chest was literally hurting. And I started to take that commercial break William was talking about, but I was like, no, we got too many topics to hit. Yo, this girl said, I just bought me a wholesale supply of birth control. Listen, great show tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for your comments, your support. Be sure to let us know down in the comments whether you're watching the replay or right now what your personal affirmation is going to be for this week. Mine is that rest is okay. That what I need to do will still get done, and rest is okay because my body needs to rest. With that being said, thank you, King. Thank you, Queen. Love all of y'all. Ladies, what they need to do with their crowns, go on and tell us so we can get on up out of here.
Fix that thing. Make it sit like you wanted to sit. If you wanted to lean if you wanted to sit upright, you got to make sure it's getting your profile. You hear me? All right.
You know what I'm saying? You want to sit here? Listen, fix your crowns. Do not let anybody tell you who you cannot be. Be all that God created you to be. It's okay if you've had a little rough patch. Fix that crown, pick your head up, and keep it going. We will see you all next Tuesday. We love y'all so much. If you did not share, do it now. Bye, y'all. Bye-bye. We love y'all. We love y'all.